Hey everybody, welcome to Shifty's Club. Well, if you recognize the scene behind me, you know what happened last time. I made a pizza and guess what? We making another one. So this is gonna be better. So, so what we got now is we're gonna make another pretzel crust sausage pizza. And trust me when I say this pizza is gonna be amazing. So this may take an hour like last time, guys. But I'll also do an even shorter video with me enjoying the pizza. Um, so first, what we do is just show everybody. I'm not a. I'll go and wash my hands again. I don't know. I think I wash my hands at least 5 dozen times a day. Like no joke. All right. Okay. So since then, I found variations that make better. Auntie Annie's pretzel mix. Now this stuff is, to me, better now than the options that I had years ago, and it's just it's just the fact that I prefer the taste of this over what I was using before. Um, but that's behind the story. So this stuff is a little more complex to make than those last ones, as you can see. So yeah. So what I'm going to be doing is stupid water. Be mixing a little bit of stuff. This water is going to take forever to come down. So what's going to happen pretty much is that I'm going to mix the bread first, because the bread is going to be the base, the main part of it. So let's see. I think it's close, but I want to make sure it's almost precise. Yeah, that's. Perfect. Okay. Actually, I'll mix it all in here. This right here is yeast. This crap is gonna make that pretzel mix become pretzel big. Man, this stuff doesn't wanna. So let's do this. That yeast is seriously not wanting to cooperate. Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, let's see. Now I just gotta find what is. Oh, here it is. Yeah, yeast does not smell good, but when it gets mixed with that pretzel dough, woo! Talk about something good. Pretty much, I pretty much don't want to warm this water up. I'm much better at stirring stuff to make it dissolve. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm just gonna let it kind of sit for a while. It's just a little bit of tongue, guys. Not a huge deal. But basically, what I'm doing is I'm letting the yeast basically mix with the water, where it can actually fuse with the pretzel flour. And I'm used to making a lot of different things. I might even try doing my lemon pepper chicken or something like that later down the road. But right now, I'm trying really hard to get better at making those Pokemon videos through OBS. You know, trying to get real good with OBS. But before I, go online and say, hey, this is this. But still nothing. Okay, yeah, there's nothing. Okay. Now this is where it's about to get yucky, guys. Pour that mix into the batch. Okay. This is oh shoot, almost turned it upside down, I guess. But it says to use a blender, but I don't like blenders, so or cleaning them up. Basically, that's what it what it looks. But yeah, it's virtually this almost the same thing, guys. To be very honest. And it doesn't mess up so many dishes, so I will be messing up some bowls, but I prefer not to clean blenders or sorry, mixers and all this other crap. And I'm off the get most of the excess off my fingers so I can have more to actually eat. Even though I probably don't need to be honest. Alright. So finish getting the bulk of it off my hands. Not all of it, just the bulk of it. And then, because I'm still that guy that does it this way. um, cool. I'll just use another one of these guys. So I've got a okay. Greased up. Okay. Get this daggum thing greased. See what happens. That. I'll use Crisco. I don't know why this Crisco's on the bottom. Use it first, make sure it's still in date. Yeah. So basically, I just rub this Crisco. That's how I grease up a bowl. I was looking for the regular like oil, but this will work. Shortening may actually be a little bit better than me just pouring vegetable oil in there directly. So who knows? Anyway, I don't need all that. Okay. I need to wipe my hand off again. It's still getting kind of sticky. Um, yeah, this stuff's the bread is the worst part to make, guys. The rest is the easy part. Once you get the bread made, it's smooth sailing from there. So, and I'm gonna be pausing and doing this in parts, so you guys don't have to stay here for literally like forever. Well, I'll just use press and seal. The worst part is having to grease this. That's the really bad thing, guys. So you'll be like, who in the world greases these baking sheets? Well, this is just in case that dough rises. It's not going to stick to this. I've had it once or twice where it's literally gone out of the container, but nothing this big. This is just to be safe. Okay. So what's going to happen is I'm going basically it's been about half an hour, so I'm going to go 25 minutes. So I'm going to pause this video. So you guys don't have to watch this crap, and then I'll just resume the video. And to make this kind of warm, I'm gonna turn that on just a bit. I'm gonna set that next to it. So that should be next to something warm. So guys, do I have a way to pause this? Well, I might have to make separate videos and try to fuse them together, guys. I hate this, but yeah, I'm a little too far into it to kind of stop now. So just don't know what to do now. I'll just I'll try to fuse them together. I mean, I should be able to find some program that'll let me do it. Well, no, I'm not that oriented with this with all this technology stuff. So I'm sorry guys. Looks like this video is gonna be a little bit longer than I thought it would be. Oh, since most of you are Pokemon fans, while we're waiting, my Sylveon GXs came in the mail today. They're averaging around $9.50, $10 a piece. Got them from Stop to Shop for $7.22. I thought, you know what, I could use 4 more Sylveons. I'll build 2 decks. But the one I had built is kind of it's kind of like a rogue version of Sylveon, but I decided I would just give the mono Sylveon a chance, but I'd also tech in a Flareon just because I'm that guy. I'm thinking, okay, I know and I understand what the whole point is in having Sylveons, but there's becomes a time when I absolutely cannot I cannot beat a deck. Like they throw up Primal Clash Excadrill, it's game over. It's not even that Excadrill attacks. It's that gets all of that energy, and then um, out of nowhere, here comes God, what's his name? Hmm. Anyway, I lost my train of thought, but basically, what happens is you just have the energy you have the energy switches over to another Pokemon. Basically, smash for 100 directly, and just it's like 3 energy for 100, and there's like no other effect. So, but anyway, it's not Cobalion EX, I swear. It's in standard. But anyway, guys, I guess while I'm waiting, I might as well give you guys some more rundown. Um, Today is June the 1st, yes. Yesterday was May 31st, so I was at League Challenge, and I decided to run Darkrai Dragon there, and it was pretty cool. I was like, hey, literally at 3 o'clock that day, and the registration started like 5. So I left my my home at 4. So I literally put that deck or the deck list together in like literally in less than an hour, and I probably made did so much that I probably shouldn't have done. Like I ended up throwing. I'll give you guys the deck list. It was 4 Darkrai EX, a Giratina EX, so I could get double Dragon energies alongside of Dragonair. Dragonair can receive double Dragon, but it's not going to be your most long-standing source of grabbing those energy. Um, but then you also have 2 Dragonair, 3 Dratini, 2 Shaman EX, 1 Tapu GX. I had 4 Sycamore, 4 Lysander, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Professor's Letter, 2 Nest Ball, 2 Level Ball, 4 Altar to the Moon, 15 Darkness Energy, and 4 Double Dragon Energy. So it was kind of a weird list, I guess, but I thought it seemed like it was going to do the job. So I thought if I can just squeeze by to get a Dragonair, I could probably pull off a lot of these energy and then throw down Professor's Letters like crazy. But I mean, I didn't see a single Garbodor at that League Challenge, so that's what saw it. But another thing, guys, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the OBS yet. As far as decks and stuff, I'm still trying to get my entire database because I'm sure you guys want to see that max rarity thing going. And I'm trying to find shops that'll sell me the Guardians Rising code cards for less than 50 cents a piece. Because let's just say that where I shop, they're pretty much sold out of code cards. So I can't buy more and more and more because I'd love to keep buying 1,000 code cards for 250 bucks. I I mean I'll do it. So, um, but anyway, so here's my idea on the format right now. While we're obviously waiting, but um, one of the biggest things about the format that I've noticed is that um, Garbodor and Drampa are basically tag teaming to become pretty much the best deck in format. Now, do we know exactly why they're the best deck in format? Not specifically. The biggest reason why is because while Garbodor is literally the most lethal attacker in the game, um, Drampa does force a player to have to play some items in order to start getting a setup, because if they don't, you know what happens. It's going to be almost impossible to start getting any attacks off. And if you can beat a Drumpa to the punch, you have a chance against Drumpa GX Garbodor. But generally, unless you're running some weird, wicked disruption, um, if Drumpa Garbodor beats you to the punch, they win. That's pretty much the way the deck works. That's why everybody runs it. And since so many people are running Jumpa Garbodor, I wouldn't be surprised if Pokemon decided to do like I wouldn't say a ban, but maybe a limit on number of cards. I mean, I could be wrong, so um, and I honestly don't even think I mean, I understand Garbodor, I really do. And people are going to be running it because they realize how easy it is to take knockouts. However, I still think that there are other concepts that are more effective than Garbodor, to be honest. That's why I ran things like Darkrai EX Dragonair, because I know it's just going to destroy Drumpa Garbodor. And if the entire field is full of Drumpa Garbodor, then I'm pretty much going to storm roll over it and just pray that I don't match up with a Sylveon. um, but no, guys, on a real note, the one thing that I thought about when I looked at Drumpa Garbodor was a few not bonding.
I don't know if you guys are gonna see the freeze, but kind of froze. Anyway, so about what we're talking is that I'm gonna go turn that off for.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, yeah. I promise you guys, this is the toughest part. After this, it's a freaking walk in the park. It's just that I like making my own dough. So, um, but anyway, back to about what we're talking. Their card. When I look at the format and how it pertains to Drumpa GX Garbodor, there are cards I like and there are cards I don't like. For example, the few cards that I do, there. Sorry, some of the cards that are included, of which I don't agree, are probably things like Rainbow Energy. Like, I really don't believe Rainbow Energy is necessary unless you run anything else other than a Psychic type that can potentially attack. And I didn't say would attack, potentially attack. And I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me when you can run Team Magma's Secret Base. Of course, I've been proven wrong before, but I just know what my list, like what it looks. And right now, I'm trying to compile all the cards necessary to get it on Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. If I can get it on the TCGO, then it'll be a little bit easier. To really get anything. So, but I'm not going to get on the TCGO at this time. I'm just gonna. There we go. I'm just gonna kind of keep talking until that uh, dough's risen a little bit. So, um, 12 minutes. Okay, so we're good. But anyway, guys, like rainbow energy, I really don't understand too much. I run psychic energy, and I always have an out with Super Rod. I'm that guy who runs Super Rod, and I do like Rescue Stretcher. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but if you're running DCE, you're already gonna run Special Charge, which is another card that people don't run in Drumpa Garbodor that I like Special Charge. If people are running um, all this 4 rainbow, 4 double colorless, why not play high counts of Special Charge? Because I mean, you know that those energy are going to get discarded because what does the mirror do? For 1 energy, discard a special energy card attached to the defending Pokemon. Makes sense because you know you're going to face that matchup more times than not, and it's just a pain in the butt with which to deal. And even at that point, you may be able to get away with not running it, but who wants to take the chance, right? Another card that I really don't like is that Azelf, which I'm sure everyone's swapping to Tapu Koko. I'm sure everybody's swapping to Tapu Koko. But I don't like that. I don't like that idea per se. I mean, I understand the concept, with the Magma Cigarette base and all. I understand, why someone would find that good. I just don't understand why they would want to waste that turn trying to spread damage rather than trying to get knockouts. That's the one thing you want to do is instead of offering up like a 1 prize, your Garbodor is already going to offer up 1 prize. The best thing you can do is try to fix Garbodor to where it's based on more speed. While Drampa already runs on pretty much nothing but speed. Um, there certainly are different ways you can run decks to try to combat whatever's going on in your deck. Um, I think let's see. Trying to think of the guy's name. I forget him. 10 minutes. Okay. I've known the guy for a bit, but I can't. I've never see him. He's from Mexico. Anyway, he piloted Sylveon, and I guess he doesn't get a lot of time to play online, but I mean he is online like every now and then. And when I saw, I was like, "Oh wow, man, what's up?" And his Sylveon's pretty good. So I paid somewhat attention. I think I came up with a list that's pretty close when battling them online. But anyway, things like Sylveon are going to be pretty much your worst nightmare um, because they're basically just going to be, okay, you've got a Drumpa GX with damage counters. You got a one up front attacking. Okay, maybe let's just Lysander and take those 2 away. So, and that's your GX attack. You pretty much just slow down the game. They never run a lot of trainers or item support. So what I'm thinking for this matchup was I like having some items be played. Now, I understand people saying, well, I don't want to run too many items. I understand that. It's not that you don't run them, it's that you don't play them. You have them when you need them. And that is the problem that a lot of players don't understand. Um, like when I was running that Darkrai Dragonair, I was able to get away with only playing 12 item cards in an entire deck. That being 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Professor's Letter, 2 Level Ball, and 2 Nest Ball. I was able to get away with it because my deck basically set up so well that I didn't need to worry about um, all of these different item cards. I didn't have to worry about via seekers or trainers mails or puzzle times or anything like that. Um, And that's where people are going to start getting a little what's the right term? I don't want to say they're not going to get too conservative as much as they're going to. I guess that might be the only word to use. Is they want to take out items so they're not tempted to actually play them, which I think is sort of a bad approach. If you're that scared of Garbodor, you tech for the matchup. Actually, or you could just basically tweak the deck, or let me rephrase that. Don't even tweak it, twist it to make it beat Trump and Carbador if it's the best deck in format. Just don't give yourself a worse shot against everything else in format. Um, Another card that I want to see in Trump and Garbador, which isn't really showing at all, is Fighting Fury Belt. Now, I understand what Choice Band does. I understand and I accept that. However, there are times when I want to get that extra HP because I know that I can extend the game to a point where I have one more turn before I can win, and I can potentially keep you from winning the game. So I do understand why people play in that variant. I do understand completely. But there's sometimes when you do want to swing for 180. There are times when you want to do it. However, I understand with Field Blower that Fighting Fury About's pretty much lost a little bit of its reputation, I guess is the right word, but it's still going to be useful. I mean, it's not like, oh, Field Blower's printed, all tools are useless. No. People are still going to be using tools, and no one's running 3 or 4 Field Blowers, so you don't really have to worry about it. And if you're that worried about Field Blower, just use Eco Warm. I mean, Eco Warm is one of the most easily teched cards in the game. All you have to do is make room for one generally, and you can play around one Field Blower. Because they may even just decide, okay, I'm going to take this stadium. And, like, joke's on you. I run 3 of these, or I run 4 of these. So it's 5 minutes left. Yeah. um, so yeah, basically, joke's on them at that point. But to be realistic, guys, Drumba Garbodor is considered the best deck in format right now. I consider the best deck in format to be Decidueye Vileplume, but the most popular deck in format is Drumba Garbodor. I still think Decidueye Vileplume can beat Drumba Garbodor. Well, at least my variant anyway. I've built my Decidueye Vileplume deck to have a better matchup against things like Drumba Garbodor, because very rarely are they ever going to get that ability Garbodor up and running. And even if they do, I can basically stop it while it's a Trubbish. And said, okay, you're doing what, 150 damage or whatnot? I don't know. But guess what? I also play Drampa. So it's just going to be a punch to the finish line. And oh, wow, look at this. I run 4 Trainer's Mail. I run 4 Ultra Ball. I run 3 Level Ball. Going to beat you to the punch that fast. So there's no way to beat me to that punch, because I'm going to get my Drampa set up first based on my deck's speed. Now I'm not worried about that stupid Garbodor in the background, because if you try to pull up Decidueye GX, I have to have a whopping 12 items in that discard pile, and that ain't gonna happen in Decidueye. I may have like 7, 8 max in that discard pile, max. During the first few turns when Garbodor will be seeing play before I hit Vileplume down on the bench. But to be honest, guys, I think that those 2 are obviously the 2 best decks in format. If I were to have to pick other decks to be doing well, I would say one deck of which to be of which to test and be aware is going to be a Golisopod with the Promo Lurantis. Now, hear me out on this deck. This deck actually uses the ability Lurantis promo to deal more damage, and generally, Golisopod's not going to be able to do enough damage originally to just evolve GXs. Whereas, oh, this GX is 200 HP. So let's start Golisopod, Grass Double Colorless. Oh man, 150, you're short. Choice man, oh, you're still short. Oh, wait, I've got Lurantis on the bench. And they say, okay, 200, knockout. Um, Now, that's something that you may see start arising. Trevenant's starting to look pretty hot right now. So, look for Trevenant. And I never thought I'd say this in a million years. Look for Trevenant Vileplume to be a thing. Because it's not that it has an amazing matchup against Garbodor. It's that it has a more consistent um, win percentage over Drumpa Garbodor. Trevenant destroys Sylveon. Destroys it. I mean, they pretty much have to because their whole hand is item card, or the whole hand is trainer cards. So you can basically, okay, and there's literally like an 80% chance you're going to have a hand full of nothing but trainer cards. So if, and I remember testing that and like, at, proxied the deck up and I was testing against Sylveon. I was like, nope, can't do it. 4 Sylveon, 4 EV, you run 4 double colorless and 8 fairy. I'm like, okay, that's not enough. I mean, like, okay, so you're going to get these Pokemon down, you're going to have these energy down. So now your deck is dwindled to the point where I can basically take advantage of that. So, and Sylvia, I can never win that match almost ever. So, and you just run through double colorless energies. You run through things like Max Potion Special Charge very easily against the like the Sylveon matchup. Okay, guys. Hook it up. Okay. Okay. So I didn't do too good of a job greasing up this pole, guys. So what's going to happen is I'm basically going to cook it enough. What I mean by that is it's going to be enough to where it's nice and soft, and it's sort of kind of cooked. And then after it is, then I'm going to start throwing on the toppings, condiments, or not, sorry, toppings, everything like that. I'll put my sauce, my cheese, my sausage, and then my spice later. But as of right now, I want to. Oh my God. There we go. Extra wide. Well, I know I had it somewhere. I just couldn't remember where. Uh-oh. You know, this should be good because I can just add a. I can just add that. Oh boy. Okay, so I ran out of extra wide, so I gotta get some more of that. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, it was just a flash or something. Okay, we're good. Although it's preheating. Okay. Well, okay. So the next thing to do is I'm going to, well, first off, I'm going to bring that back a little bit. That was still showing at one part of the pan, so. Okay. Smells good, guys. Okay. So this is basically what it needs to look after like 30 minutes. You let it rise, whatnot. It actually turns into like the gush that you're used to seeing at like pizzerias and stuff. Because all bread basically or all the yeast-based bread work the same, pretty much. So what I'm about to do, I'll just do it in the pan. Let's see, you gotta grease that pan though first. All right, we're getting grease stuff a lot, so it's like working in a auto shop. Get the grease up stuff. Let's beat this shit up pretty good. Yeah, the last thing I want is this stuff sticking on the pan, so. Just a little bit more. Now, I want to get this last part. On this extra baking sheet I had to use. Okay. The reason I'm doing this is to make sure it doesn't stick. So the last thing a person wants is when they're making bread is stick to the pan and then you lose literally all of your bread. And I'm not cutting that pizza in there. I'm going to put it on another larger piece of paper called parchment paper. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. I use that to pretty much serve everything I make, so. So what I do, put this back on this pan. And basically what I'm doing is I'm flattening it out in my hand, basically. And I'm pushing, and my hand slowly goes towards the edge. What that does is it basically forces the dough to the side of the pan, and may not be the most elegant solution. It is the pretty much the only way. But I'm trying to get all of this pizza dough, or pretzel dough, which is eventually going to become pizza dough, but it's going to look like thin crust at first, but it's not, because it's kind of thin, but that's the way it's supposed to look. So it's still preheating, so we're good. Currently this is us. Oh. Yeah, this gonna be good pizza, guys. I'm loving the way it's turning out. Whew. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. So it's nearly all at the edge of the pan. There's a reason I make sure it flats out. That bread, believe it or not, is going to rise a lot. And most people are like, oh, well, it looks so thin, so I'm just going to leave it there. All of a sudden, they have a deep dish pizza. So, and all I'm going to do now, I don't like the roller, guys. The roller is actually one of my least favorite things in this entire, in the baking industry. So, 350 right now. I want it to be about 425. 425 is my cooking temperature. I know about how long things are supposed to cook at that temperature. I've been using it, or at least most of the things that are supposed to cook on anywhere from 400, 450, or I even stretch it, go 375, 475, anywhere in there. I still use 425. Now, if something's pretty thick and it's got like a frozen center or something, then I'm going to use a lower temperature, obviously. But something like this, temperature works just fine. Yeah, I'm sorry for some of you who like food and aren't Pokemon fans, which I don't know what in the world you're doing on this channel. Sorry if I bored you with all the Pokemon content. But you know, there are people who are just bored. You know, just want to watch something new. So I understand. So it's not a complete loss for someone to not watch this that's subscribed to my channel. Of course, I'm gonna hopefully try to do whatever I need to do to get I hate saying to get a larger audience, but I really believe that there are players out there who don't know that I exist that really want help. You guys can see in that last video that I've done, or the last Pokemon video I've done, how much I like to help everybody. And I've always been that kind of person where I just want to help whoever needs me. Okay, there's 425. So, how's that look, guys? Okay, so we're still not done. Now comes the fun part. It doesn't specify anywhere on those instructions to do this. However, this is what I do. Always oil the top part of the bread. I oil the bottom part of or where the foil is. Always oil the top when you're doing pretzel crust pizza. Trust me when I say it, you're going to notice the difference. I know vegetable oil is probably not or shortening is probably not the best stuff in the world. But you'll see pizzerias use oil all the time to cook their pizzas. They do this so there's an even distribution between, or basically the sauces can spread very well on the bread and be able to cook into the foundation. Basically, we're okay. Trust me when I say there's a better reason to do this, but that's beside the point. I mean, vegetable oil doesn't taste that bad. It may be not be the healthiest oil in the world for a person, but okay. So now, okay, that was pretty much as good as it's gonna get. So now, I'm gonna set this for 5 minutes. So not that long, guys. So now, while that's doing, because I'm gonna have to do this eventually, we're gonna take our ingredients out. I have ragu homemade style pizza sauce. Oh, yeah, I kind of had to change it a little bit. So ever since I last did it, I've been experimenting with all this other variations. And still, an Italian or the Kraft Italian cheese. As the 5 cheese, it's basically the basically skim milk cheeses. That's more over what most of the Italian cheeses are. So, and then I got some sausage too. So, go ahead and get all this over to the sink so it can get the proper washing it deserves. I'm the only guy who will tell people this. I do not. What is not Ajax? I want the good stuff out. Nope. Okay. So that's going. Sausage, cheese, sauce. Oh, and guys, I'm used to 4 different spices on my pizza. This one, however, Perfect Pinch Italian Mix has 4 of them. So, and trust me when I say it's good. I'll just put that back right there. Okay. Oh, another thing, I never use the cinnamon sugar that they send with it for some reason. I guess because some people like those kind of pretzels. So I'm just gonna throw it out because no one's ever gonna use it. And like, I'm always telling if you don't, I'll throw something out, I'll use it, and then it expires before and she just forgets. Okay, so this is another thing. This may be one of the most unhealthy things in America. salt. However, it tastes good, and it makes other things taste good. Or at least let's say that it makes everything taste good. Not it tastes good itself. I'm going to have to break this up because generally the salt comes all together in that box, and I don't really like it because it's not iodized salt at all. It's, I don't know what kind of salt it is, to be honest, guys. Okay, so it's about time to get that pizza out, so I'm just going to wait, or the dough, so I'm just going to wait for that buzzer to go off, or time or whatever. It basically will bake for 5 minutes. There we go. Now, it's not that, but look at this, guys. Okay? That's what you want it to look. That's how you want it to look. Something like that. So now, we have our bread. I'm going to let this cool off for a bit, guys. While I'm doing that, I'm going to have this pan. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I'll tell you guys about this. I love these things. Non-slips. Love them. To death. And I mean, seriously, I love these things. Okay. So now, I'm going to let this pan warm up on high. Now, it's not going to stay on high. That's just going to make sure it warms up fast. Okay. Now, this looks a little bit better than we had with the last time. Okay, I'm not going to use it all. I'm just going to okay. So now what we're going to do is take our ground Italian sausage. Sausage. And we're basically going to get this into little bitty pieces. Try to so what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay this in here. Then I'm going to use, this is the Pampered Chef. This is basically an egg turner, except I use the chop stuff. Now, since it's warmed up, I'm going to turn the temperature down a bit. So, okay. Set this pan over it. Well, that's going. Pizza sauce. The entire can goes on the pizza. Or at least when I'm making pizza, it does. I need a better place to set this so I can actually mix well enough. Okay. This right here is another item. This is what I use to spread the sauce. Trust me, there's a lot of people saying, I don't like a lot of sauce. So just gonna, trust me when I say, when you thin this out in a pizza this large, you're basically going to need all the sauce. I'll show you guys in a second if I can kind of sort of tilt the window or tilt the webcam. Sausage sounds like it's doing pretty well right now. It heat up pretty fast. That's the one thing I do like. So when you put things on high like that, they tend to heat up very fast. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna have. Yeah, I think this one can's barely gonna do this entire pizza, guys. Um, but it's fine. I don't have to have a lot of sauce. Um, and trust me when I say, guys, I'm not gonna eat this pizza in one setting. I'm not a complete fat guy. I'm a fat guy, but not, I don't know a lot of fat guys on TV that, eat every waking moment, so. And now one of the coolest things about this is that salt that's on here is going to mix with the sauce to create probably one of the tastiest little blends I've had in a while. It's been a while since I've actually made this pizza. I've made it, but I definitely made it before or several times after my video, but okay. Okay. Then I'm going to check on the sausage. Sausage should be brown on the bottom. Flip the sausage. Come on. Put it all in there. Okie doke. So, when it gets brown on both sides, it's basically a lot easier to do at one point. The thing is, you have to cook that sausage enough, otherwise, it's not going to be cooked when you put it on the pizza. It needs to be done, literally done. The only reason you really cook this is to warm up the sauce and have the cheese melt. At that point, that's all you really do. But to force that dough to sit for 30 minutes was what took so long. Okay, guys. That's still a little warm. I'm going to use this anyway. Okay, guys. Right there is kind of visualization. It did take the entire can, so just like I predicted. Now, for 2 bags of 8-ounce cheese. So basically, we have a pound of sauce, 2 pounds of bread, a pound of cheese. So right now we're sitting 4. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about the water we added. I forgot about the water we added to that. No, it was the water. Never mind. It made 2 pounds. That's right. I'm weird. Okay, so now we're just going to stuff all that cheese onto this big pizza. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see from here, but this is why one bag, like most people are going to underestimate, never done this before. That cheese is not fitting all, that cheese is not going to cover that entire pizza unless you just try to do it in a weird way, I guess. But, oh crap. Oh, there it is, okay. Oh, this one is resealable, okay, that explains why. Okay, now I covered it, I'm just going to dump whatever cheese is left, like right in the middle of the pizza, and distribute it that way. Okay. So basically, with what we're working here is, well, now it's a 5-pound pizza, I think. Unless I don't think yeast weighs anything, guys. So the yeast is just the portion that causes it to actually aerate with literally no weight. So since air does have a weight, but it's virtually weightless. Okay. Well, looks like it's pretty good. Okay, now it's time to put sausage. Almost just a bit. Okay, so it's still sort of kind of red, so I'm gonna chop it up. Chunks. Since now it's got an easier chance to be properly pulled. I'm not going to use huge sausage balls like places like Marco's. I love Marco's to death, but I'm not going to use huge sausage balls. Okay. So here is what it looks like before it goes in the oven. A nice cheese pizza. Then you put the sausage on top. It's going to make a difference. Okay, I'm going to cover up this pizza. So there should not be any bugs in this house because I have so many chemicals on the floors, in the corners, everything. There shouldn't be a bug in this house. I find one every 2-3 weeks. Flip out, spray more. And I spray better. And stuff's supposed to last for months at a time, but who knows? Yeah. Oh, I don't have sweet tea. One of my favorites. Okay. So what I'm going to do is make my homemade sweet tea. Because I love my homemade sweet tea. I know this looks weird, but trust me when I say I don't use public waters. We have a well, and I installed a good distillation system. I literally get some of the best water in the world. Okay. Then I'm going to add I think these are family size tea bags, 2 tea bags. I know a lot of people are like, why don't you put 6 or 8? No. Okay. Yeah. I figured that meat wouldn't be screaming anymore. Okay. That's actually done enough, guys. We're actually take that, put that sausage onto the pizza. So what we're gonna do is I turn that off, but I'm not gonna even think about placing that pizza on that eye. Let that bread cook more than it needs to cook. So basically, let's see, I gotta get a Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna throw this back on top. Pizza's cooled off a bit, so. Or the crust is cooled, so. What I'm gonna do is the chunks didn't come out the way that they usually do, so what I do is we get them in a plate, chop them up. Ooh, actually got my thumb on the pan. That's fine. It doesn't burn that hard. This is the copper pan. It's not gonna burn like conventional pans. So, and it was only at like low settings, probably somewhere around 300. So, I was working in the restaurant industry. I used to be burnt with oil that was hotter than 400 all the time. And most people are like, "Wait, the fryer was over 400?" No, is that I had to cook on a top that was anywhere from 425 to 450, and I had to put oil onto the thing and cook with it like that. So, oh my God, it's been an hour and a half. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, I'm sorry it's taking this long, but it is making a pizza, so. And I'm not going to be like a pizzeria where I have cheap, crappy dough, already made and stuff, and all I have to do is throw stuff onto it, throw it in the oven, whammo jammo, there's my shit. So, yeah, I don't expect kids to be watching this. This is too boring for any kid to be watching. Um, so basically, I like making these pretty much like every month or so. Um, the whole idea of sausage pizza for me is very compelling. So right there is 131. So I'm looking to see if anyone's coming. Anyone's coming, I'll just go ahead and if I go ahead and hurry up the introduction, that means someone's coming. I don't want them in the video. So, but anyway, so once I'm done putting the sausage on, I guess I'll throw it in the oven. I'll turn this off, and then I'll cut it all up and let you guys watch me enjoy it, because I don't have anybody here to help me eat this pizza. So, that tea is going to take a while. And when it starts to boiling, I ended up taking it down a couple from high to medium, or right below medium, and then I go and get my jug, get my ice from the freeze, or I call it freeze box. Some people call it freezer. So. There we go. The one thing I hope that doesn't happen is that thing beats my senses and starts overboiling, which shouldn't happen. So, so it's like, you do know you need to be facing that thing when you're doing this. So, yeah, I know, right? And okay, that's good enough chop. Okay, guys, looks like we're gonna have a good enough pizza to eat. Woo. Okay, so here we go. So I like to overload this pizza with sausage. Sausage is my fave on a pizza. But the thing is, I don't like to get pizza or with like things like sausage at pizzerias and stuff because generally the meat's not real. Or if it's real, but it's not. It's like this is pure pork. I know that for a fact. That's what I love about this. Is I got pork sausage or Italian pork sausage. I made sure that it wasn't just any random sausage. Okay. Anyway, guys, just want to do throw this in the oven. 5 minutes. And, well, you know what? No. I mean, you guys don't care about watching me make tea, so. And some of my sausage fell on the floor. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, and I'm going to post me enjoying the pizza video later. So, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, post a comment in the comment section down below. And as always, hope you had as much fun as I had, and I'll see you guys next time at Shifty's Club. I'll see you guys in a little bit.